All right, guys, let us take care of this question on Newton's laws of motion. You know, as a smart student, after reading a concept in any textbook or in any, maybe after listening to a lecture, the best thing you can do for yourself is to go and do what? And solve lots of questions, in order to understand that concept very, very well. So now, if you look at this question, the question says that a 5 kilogram mass on a frictionless horizontal surface acted upon by a force F applied at 60 degrees to the horizontal moves along the positive x-axis with an acceleration of 2 meters per second squared. Determine the value of F, that is the applied force. Number 2, the second question, the normal reaction. Okay, now let us take care of this question. First of all, we will we draw the free body diagram, okay, for this question. Now, they say 5 kg mass on a frictionless horizontal surface, okay, applied at 60 degrees to the horizontal, okay. So, the mass is 5 kg. Theta is equal to 60 degrees to the horizontal, 60 degrees. So we are determining the value of F. We are determining the value of F. So the acceleration is 2 meters per second squared. That is the acceleration. So let us solve this question. So we are determining two things, the value of F and what? The normal reaction. So look at the diagram here. So this is the body. See the body here. Now see the force being applied at 60 degrees to the horizontal. This is the force. So the mass is 5 kg. Is 5 kg mass. So see the surface here. This surface has no friction, according to the question. No friction on this surface. So no friction on the surface. Now let us determine the value of F, this applied force. Now, because this surface has no friction, we'll not consider the friction. Now, remember, any applied force has a component in vertical and what? Horizontal direction. So we call the horizontal component Fx and the vertical component Fy. So now, Fx is equal to what? F cos 60, because this is the horizontal component of the force. Okay? So now, you know that the net force will be Fx. Do you understand? Because there is no friction. Okay? Or you can say Fx minus Ff. Ff is equal to 0, no friction. It is equals to mass times acceleration. So because the surface is frictionless, no friction. So Fx is equal to what? Mass times acceleration. Okay? So which is F cos 60 is equal to mass. The mass is 5 kg. 5 times acceleration is 2. 5 times 2. So therefore, F times 1 over 2 is equal to what? 10. You see? So now F is equal to what? 20 newtons. So the force is what? 20 newtons. The applied force is 20 newtons. How do we do that? Because when you is F over 2 equal to 10, so therefore cross multiply, F is equal to 20. Do you understand? So that is it. So now let us now solve the second question. Then the second question is to determine the normal reaction. Determine the normal reaction. Now, see the normal reaction here. Remember that the normal reaction, see the weight here, mg, is the weight, mg. Now, the normal reaction is the upward force exerted by the surface, okay? Exerted by the surface, okay? Exerted on the body by the surface. That's the normal reaction, okay? The reaction R. So, now let us determine it. Now, to determine the normal reaction, we now consider the net force along the vertical, the net force along this vertical now. So along this vertical, remember, we have the vertical component, which is what? Fy. So Fy is equal to F sine 60. Okay? Fy is equal to F sine 60. So the net force along here will now be, remember, these forces are going upwards, so they are positive. The normal reaction and this Fy, they are positive forces. Why the weight is what? Is a negative force. So we now do Fy plus R. Fy plus R minus mg is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Why is it equal to 0? Because along this vertical is not moving. Do you understand? Yeah, the motion is not along the vertical. So we now have that, you know, we are determining the reaction. So Fy is 20 from the, and sorry, not 20, sorry. So Fy is F sine theta. I mean, F is 20. So we now do 20 sine 60, then plus R minus mg, which is 5 times 10. Okay, approximately 10. You take g as 10 meters per second squared. Approximately is equal to what? 0. So we now have 20 sine 60. Sine 60. Sine 60 is equal to root 3 over 2. So we now do 20 times root 3 over 2. Root 3 over 2. Then plus R minus 50 is equal to 0. So we now do 10 root 3. 10 root 3 plus R is equal to 50. Okay? So therefore, R is equals to 50 minus 10 root 3. Yes, 50 minus 10 root 3. So we now have 50 minus 10 root 3 will give us, we can do it like this. We can say R is equal to 10 bracket 5 minus 10 bracket 5 minus root 3 newtons. This is the normal reaction. You can leave your answer like this. Okay? You can leave your answer like this, or use your calculator and compute for root 3. Multiply it by 10, and subtract it from 50. Get your answer. Because I'm not with calculator, so I will just leave my answer like this. 10 bracket 5 minus root 3. So this is how you solve this question. I hope it's very clear.